Ace Attorney Trilogy, the Phoenix Wright one. The Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Catching this tiger by the toe will not be easy, if you say so. I mean, we're deep into the third game here. Like, they're not holding back any punches on us, I don't think. And this guy, he's impersonated us. He's threatened us. He literally tried to, like, bully some evidence away from us, but Gumshoe came to our rescue, so we're still here. Like, we're still kicking and everything, but, like, this is, like, a mafia man. This guy ain't messing around. Although I feel like he's, I thought like he and that, like, what was her name? Violetta, whatever her name is. I thought they were going to be like kind of like partners in all of this, but I feel like we discovered that, El Tigre is not like keen about her, I guess. Are you got never heard of it good? What? You want to try that sentence again? Are you good? Never heard of it? Is that what you're asking? Good at what? Am I good? I'm good. I'm great. How are you guys? How are you, Sandy? I don't understand the question. Are you saying you've never heard of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney? That's crazy. That's crazy to have never even heard of it. It'd be one thing if you'd never played it. That's fine. Game. Man. Are you got never heard of it? Good game. I still don't know what you're asking me. This is a mystery courtroom trials. You've never heard of Ace Attorney? That's crazy. Surely on the internet, you've seen like memes and stuff. Like objection. Surely. Are you good at the game? You really can't be bad at the game. You really can't be bad. What would it take to be good at Ace Attorney? Second, hey Turbo, welcome to the stream. You're actually third, but I'm streaming in multiple places. Is it good? Never heard of it, maybe? Oh, maybe that. Are you asking if the game is good? Are you asking if I'm good or if the game is good? The game is good. I'm just here. We're gonna hit continue. I'll let you ruminate on exactly. I'll let you search deep inside yourself for your question, and maybe I'll answer your question from playing. Where did we leave off? What? My save slots are all over the gosh darn place. I think we left off on number 5. It's got the most hours. Episode 3, 4, 1. No, well, see, this says 4-2, but this only says 21 out. Something doesn't make sense. Something doesn't. Well, hold on a minute. Wait. Oh, is that just the time at night that it was saved? Oh, or is that how many hours played? I think that's the time at night. Like I would believe it if it was like 11:30 at night last time I played this, or at what's 2100 at? I don't know. I don't know frickin' 9:40. This has to be what time at night. Okay, I thought that was hours played. I'm like, I think we're here. Episode 3, Recipe for Turnabout, Part 4-2. That makes the most sense. We'll load that up. How am I? I'm doing good. I just got off work. I just showered. I'm good. How are you? How you doing? January 8th, 1:21 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. So we're finally going to see the tiger on the stand. Yeah, finally. I thought we were going to see the tiger on the stand last time we streamed this. That's why I had him plastered all over the thumbnail. And then, you know, pie on my face. He didn't even show up. We've almost got this case won now, Nick. Almost. I think it feels like we should be getting close, but I think there's gonna be like a twist or two. I think we're getting close, but there's some mysteries we don't have answers to. We have some Fanta in our system that we have to let out of our system, you know? Oh, yeah. I had like a hair on my mouth. I'm shedding. I wish I could agree. Huh? When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, right, this was last time, previously on MagicManMo, he said he was just doing what the tiger told him to do. But Godot picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the truth. You mean you think Mr. Armstrong was lying? It's possible. I don't know, but if that's the line the prosecution takes, we could be in trouble. I get the feeling that we don't have the case-making evidence we're going to need. We don't have the smoking gun, you know? We don't have it. We have, like, all this evidence that makes everything very blurry and hazy and unknown, but we don't have, like, anything that makes us certain, makes a solid case. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe! What are you so jumpy about, Detective? Your hair's standing on end. Hey, that's the pot calling the kettle black, little Miss Top Knot. It's not a top knot. I mean, it is though, right? Is it not? What is it then? Never mind about the hair. Oh no, this is Phoenix. Never mind about the hair. Just calm down, all right? I can't stand still when I don't have a job to do. I kind of get wound up. Yeah! No kidding. You gotta have something you need me to do, pal. Anything. Well, hey, I'm gonna take a jog back down to the precinct. I could get some prints analyzed for you if you've got an hour. I think I've got like 20 minutes. An hour? The trial will have reconvened by then. But Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right? Yeah, isn't there something that we have that didn't have time to be fingerprinted? I don't remember what it was. Something that's like, I've got this piece of evidence, but we haven't had time to do something to it. I don't remember what it was. One of these things I think we do want fingerprinted. Was it the bottle? It could be the bottle. I honestly don't remember. It doesn't say on here. Oh, no, it does say right here. I just can't read. Unidentified fingerprints. Yeah, we gotta give him the bottle, right. Furio Tigre's theme is called Warehouse Tiger or Swinging Tiger. Well, which one is it? Well, you can't be both. Can it be both? Is it both? How does that make any sense? All right, well, I got a bottle. But yeah, that's what we need. Yeah, take that with you. Hopefully we don't need it for the next hour. True, without some kind of trump card to pull out the bag, we're really stuck. You said you could get some fingerprint analysis done in an hour? You bet! In that case, would you mind checking the prints on this for me? Okay, yeah, it's gonna, I knew it was gonna make me pick since it was being so coy about it. Yeah, take this bottle. Take that! If you're going back to the station anyway, could you find out whose prints are on this? Oh, hey, that's the small bottle I gave you back to you this morning, right? Yeah, you said you didn't have prints analyzed. I'd appreciate it if you did that. Yeah, I think it's time we solve the last mystery of who the prints on it belong to. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me too. Small bottle given to Detective Gumshoe, which means I don't have it on me, so that could be a problem. Okay, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back. Yeah, that's the I gotta stall for at least an hour. This is pretty much the final showdown, I guess. It's the final showdown. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. It's time to separate the phonies from the real guys, the real men, the manly men. January 8, 1:56 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Depends on the system? Why would this song have a different theme? Like, why would the theme have a different name depending on the system? That's weird, right? And I could be wrong about this. I could be wrong. But, like, isn't it usually, like, the musician or the music artist that makes the theme? Don't they normally name the songs? And then they kind of hand it off? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how that works, like behind the scenes, like in production. I don't know. Weird. That's strange. Thump. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Godot, did you find this Furio Tigre? I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job, no problem. Tamed him? The guy's name may be Furio Tigre, but come on. Do I have a pen? I got a pencil. Got a pencil. I should have a pen, but I don't know what happened to it. I had a pen and a pencil on this desk, and the pen's just gone. And it has been for a long time, but I'm not gonna need to write nothing down. You're silly. He's pretty lively. Be careful, he still bites. He's not the only one who bites. Arr, 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 arr. Very well, please show Mr. Tigre to the stand. He is just so red. Witness, please state your name and... I forget how I voice him. I forget what I do for him, so we're gonna wing it. Ah! Don't hide under the table, Maya, unless there's room for me down there too. I assume there is, right? There's enough room for us to stand side by side. We can squat side by side, right? What you say to me? Nothing, I didn't say nothing, honest. Who could have guessed that fear would induce a bad Brooklyn accent in the judge? Okay, so it's definitely supposed to be Brooklyn. I don't know how to do like a Brooklyn, like just off the top of my head, so it'll be some version of MagicManMo Brooklyn. You'll just have to deal with that. I got business to take care of, you hear me? Now who the hell called me into this hole? Was it you, Spiky? Heck, no, of course not. It was the judge. Wait, he disappeared. Your Honor? Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my pen. Speaking of pens, I'm missing my pen too. Where on earth is it? Don't mind me, just carry on with the proceedings as normal. That's it, we're doomed. Maybe you didn't hear me. I said, who the hell was it that called me in here? There's no need to shout. We can all hear you. What do you say? There's no point struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of the law. Glug glug. And I'm the one that hauled you in. Urgh. Too cool. He's just so cool. Don't let him get the better of you, Nick. Let's start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, right? Incident? I don't know nothing about no stinking incident, mask boy. You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of Maggie Bird? He was impersonating us there. He absolutely did. Maggie who? I got more important things to do than watch courtroom dramas. Of course. Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then. Judge, get up here. Judge, what are you doing? Please tell us about what you did on the day of the murder. Phoenix Wright. That's me, that's my name, don't wear it out. Yours are the one who set this up, didn't you? You's gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying? Nope. Maybe I should have brought a diaper with me to Jesus, Phoenix, keep it together. Pull yourself together. What are we doing here? Get a grip, Nick. That's what I'm saying. Get a grip over here. We'll see you, Sandy. Witness testimony, the tiger's alibi. That guy's massive and violent? Who, Tiger? Is he massive? How big is he? I mean, he's like a little, violent or rough around that. How big is he? He can't be that big. I need a full body shot. You're not scared of the tiger? I'm not scared of the tiger either. We're gonna go toe to toe. The tiger's alibi. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all of my time in my office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from tender lender every single day. You just want to check my alibi, just ask Violetta. Ah, at last I found my pen. Very well then, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination may... Ah! Oh, what is it? Please, witness, if you could refrain from shouting out like that. I know the kind of games that guy in the blue plays. That lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just punches away at stupid details till he wins. Hey, if it works, it works. Don't knock it till you try it. Lowlife? Me? Listen up, smarty. Every time you ask me something that doesn't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $50,000. You can't do that. That's just not a thing you can do. And you's gonna borrow the cash from me. Again, that's not legally binding. That's one loan contract I refuse to sign. Yeah, right, yeah. We're not signing that. I did not agree to this. And don't think it ain't gonna hurt when you tangle with the tiger. Huh, I love a good spectator sport. Just wait a minute. That's really not... This witness is... How can I put it? A hungry tiger roaming the urban jungle. I guess. like Tiger knows that everyone is just mocking his name, right? He look at him. Does he know that we're all like making tiger puns at his expense? Does he know? Get on his bad side and he'll bite everyone's heads off. Yours too. Very well. I have no choice but to impose a penalty system here. Can you imagine if this is how like the real life legal system worked? Like you had like a point system where like, oh yeah, that was a bad question, -5 points. Oh, that was a good one, +10 points. Can you imagine if there was some sort of weird point system in the legal system? Like, dude, like no law would ever take place. Like no justice would ever be served. It would be kangaroo court every day. All right, whatever you say, Judge. You's better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big business. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch my bus. Bus? What about your scooter? What's wrong with your scooter? The court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant pressing of witness testimony. That's annoying. I normally want to press everything. Normally I press every single thing. Keep that in mind as you begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You can do it, Nick. Dude, why, Judge? What's your problem with me? This is a penalty system that only hurts me. Did I do something to you, Judge? Come out from under there already, would you, Maya? Why does the judge hate me? Why does the judge hate Phoenix? What's the deal with that? Cross-examination, the tiger's alibi. Hey! Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. I don't know nothing about no murder. Now, what do I want to press? I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. I think I want to press that because I want to know what he spent his time doing. He says he spent all of his time in his office. He says that, but December, just as a reminder to everybody, December is when, yeah, an article from December 5th says I was trounced and my client was found guilty. December 5th, we were not at this trial. This magazine says we were at trial and we lost. We were not there. So someone pretending to be us was there, and we believe it was, Tigre. I mean, look at the hair and everything, right? So, if we can figure out how to, like, get him to, like, fess up to that, that would be ideal. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from tender lender every single day. That's like a nothing statement. And we maybe can press that to talk about Violetta, but I don't think now's the time. I think I'm gonna press on this one. I might want to save. No, I refuse! I refuse. Remember case 1 of TNT? That's why the judge hates you. What about the case 1? Case 1 was with Mia. Unless you mean like because Phoenix was such a pain in the butt on the stand. Unless that's what you mean. Maybe that's what you mean. Gotcha. Well, we're lawyers now. We're lawyers now. We're not sniveling college kids. I'm gonna press this. I'm going for it. Hold it! Hey. I started to swallow wrong. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago, you know. You see these teeth? That's how sharp my secretary is. Okay. Sharp? You talking about Viola Cadaverini? She writes everything in my scheduler. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says. That's where I was. I would like to stress that mainly does not mean you were at your office. That seems like a rather sketchy schedule. Okay, yeah, for once the judge is on my side. Normally the judge would have been like, oh, that seems legit, and I would have had to been like, really? There he goes again. There he goes. There he goes again. What the tiger did all December isn't the issue. What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder. So what now? Oh, I'm pressing harder. I'm keen on this one. I'm willing to take that chance. Mr. Tigre, what do you want? If you wouldn't mind going into a bit more detail.
Objection.
This is a dead end, Wright, and you know it. Remember the rules. This is not a dead end, in my opinion. Okay, if I take damage for this, fine. But in my opinion, I want to talk about it.
Objection.
Yeah, objection. Double objection. No, it's essential that we establish the witness's alibi accurately. I'm so glad Phoenix is standing up for himself right now. I'm so proud of you, Phoenix. I agree. The victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you in the office that day too? Maybe yous ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I had meetings all day with a bunch of cats wanting to do business with me. I ain't never seen that young kid before. I assume, just to be straight, I assume he's been caught up to speed about why he's on trial. Because we haven't mentioned Glenn Elg yet with him here, but I assume he's caught up to speed. I do believe the witness's last statement was important. Mr. Godot, if you could please. Mr. Tigre, the court asks you to add that last statement to your testimony. Don't let an animal beat you. Be a man, Your Honor, and ask him yourself. The day you was talking about, I was in the office too. I never saw that kid before. So obviously I want to press him on that. Is that the only thing that got added? I got whales lined up. Yeah, obviously I want to press him on that. Because we didn't add this to this for no reason. I never saw that. Do I have... I gotta refresh my memory. Do I have evidence that they've met before? Let's just go through my things. Badge, Magatama, easy peasy. We got our sports paper that has the doodle in it. Do I have anything on the doodle that makes it look like for sure he would have been to tender lender? We've got the money amounts, which is why Glenn Elg needed the money, is because he owed tender lender a bunch of money, but it doesn't say that on the paper. Magazine, the job listings from the old man, the lunch special, the scooter. That's Jean's loan contract. That's not Glenn's. Jean's debt is $500,000, and it goes to tender lender. Victor's testimony about the vase, the floor plans, Glenn's autopsy, the crime photo. Just to refresh our memory, that was the this. We have the coffee cup, which I think, based on the handedness and the mirrors and all of that, I think that was useful last session, but I don't think now. Victim's lottery ticket, the apron, potassium cyanide, victim's prescription bag, Glenn's calendar. Oh, there we go. There it is. I knew it. I thought we might have some evidence. On December 3rd, the day of the incident, there is a note saying meet with the tiger. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to press, and we have evidence. We have evidence on this. Yeah, Mask to Mask is on the paper, too. I assume Mask to Mask is an Easter egg, just a silly little thing, but it could be lore, where Glenn Elg was working with Mask to Mask to help pay off his loan in some kind of way. It hasn't come up, but... This was found at Tender Lender. That's going to be useful later. And that's the MC Bomber computer virus. Lunchbox, Viola's medical papers. Okay, we're good. I'm satisfied. Glenn knows who the tiger is. How come Tiger doesn't know? Oh, Tiger knows Glenn. He's lying. Because he's lying. You see, the thing about lying is that anybody can do it. You didn't know, Mr. Glenn Elg? Really? I don't mess with the guppies when there are bigger fish to fry. What do you say, boss? Who? Me? How's about I hit you with that fat $200,000? Well, I was thinking about purchasing a nice car from Europe. He's seriously considering this? $200,000 is way too much. I mean, that's a really nice car. What are you freaking buying, a Maserati? Those are actually more expensive. That's probably $2 million, but whatever. Or more. Wow, the Tiger's a really good salesman, huh? No. Yeah, and if I want to sell this case, I need to copy him. He's not a good salesman, he's a good bully. He's trying to bully people into his sales pitch. How about you hit him with a fat piece of evidence, boss? Yeah, that's right, Maya, I'm the boss. From now on, I want you to call me boss. We're gonna start like this weird like mafia thing at the office. I wish it was that easy. It is that easy. I have evidence, Phoenix. I have evidence. I guess I just need to press that. Okay, not press that, present that, rather. Yes, present. Where's it at? There it is. Take that, objection! Mr. Tigre, if I had $200,000, what would I spend it on? I don't even know. Probably, like, fresh equipment, for starters. Like, you know, just things around the house that I need to, like, repair or replace. New computer stuff. Obviously, I wouldn't spend all of that. Like, there would be so much money left over. But, like, I would definitely get a bunch of new equipment. And then just funnel the rest of the money into, like, investments. I don't know if I'd do anything super fun or not. Mr. Tigre, you claim you didn't know Mr. Glenn Elg, but it appears that Mr. Elg knew you. What? Mr. Elg left this little note on his calendar. Meet with the Tiger, and the date? December 3rd. December 3rd? That's the day of the murder. Exactly. So, Mr. Tigre, I submit that you did indeed know one Mr. Elg, Mr. Glenn Elg, because on the very day of the incident, you met with him. You's actually not bad at all. Sorry? I was just messing with you to see how good you were. Did you hear that, Nick? He said you're not bad. I know, that's as good as I'm gonna get out of him. That's one compliment I can do without. Plus, he's lying through his friggin' teeth. Witness, please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated. You's calling me a liar? Is that what you doing? Ruh-roh, Raggy. So, you're saying that your claim to have never seen that kid before is the truth? I said I'm dead serious. You better believe that that's the truth. Huh. Then I'd say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. That is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigre. Oh yes, would you mind indulging the court, witness? He never actually met the victim? That's gotta be a lie right there. It's time I nailed this guy. If you know what I'm saying. Witness testimony, the victim, Glenn Elg. I ain't no liar. I never met Glenn Elg. There was some lame guy with that name, though. Wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with the guy at my office, Tender Lender. I waited around for him, but he ain't ever showed up. I ain't never ever even been to that Trabian joint just here. I see. That all seems perfectly logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up. I've heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Didn't I tell you I got a big deal going down today? I ain't gonna make my bus now. I'm gonna have to take the express train. That bill's going straight to you, right? I'm not paying that. I don't know why. I don't know what this exchange is. I don't know if you're trying to freak me out. That's not happening. Cross-examination. The victim, Glenn Elg. Why am I missing so much health already? What did I do last stream? I did something to lose 4 HP. Anyway. I ain't no like Robert, no! Robert, no! Robert. What else do I have? Oh, he said he never even heard of Trabian, yet we found these matches at his office. I feel like that's gonna be the thing. I ain't never even been to that Trabian. Is it okay to press him here? Just see if I can get a little more info, or should I just go straight? I'll just go straight into presenting. I don't want to take any damage. I think you're a big liar because I found this in your office. Mr. Tigre, is there something you'd like to tell the court about these matches? Matches? What you's talking about? We found them in your office at Tender Lender. They're from that restaurant. Huh? If you've really never been to Trabian before, which he's gonna just say, well, maybe Violetta has. He's just gonna be like, well, maybe my secretary's been there. What was a buck of the restaurant's matches doing on your desk? You's been snooping around my stuff now too, wise guy? What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no broad controlling me. Don't you call me a broad? He called me a broad! Order, order! Well, witness, I think it's time you started telling us the truth, and nothing but the truth, the whole truth, don't you? Yeah! Sorry, I'm terribly sorry, forgive me. I ain't no pussycat, I don't go back on what I said. But okay, I was at the joint that day. What? But listen good, all right? I must have been there, but I still never met that kid. Well, well. Looks like an order just came in for another testimony. We're just getting testimony after testimony after testimony. I'm this close to proving it was him. I'm so close. He did meet Glenn Elg that day. And he did put poison in his cough. Well, Violetta might have done the actual poisoning part, but he must have. Witness testimony at Trabian. Here we go again. Otra vez. I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. Well, see, now he's saying he did see him, but he was already dead. I think we can work with that. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I split. I heard the cops' sirens on my way out, and I went straight back to my office. All right. I see. You didn't actually meet with him in the end, then. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Hold it! If I wait around here any longer, I ain't even gonna make the normal express. No more stupid questions. I haven't asked any stupid questions so far. Ha, no problem. That's what I'm saying, no problem. Anytime Wright presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a penalty. I haven't done anything wrong so far. Y'all need to get off my back. Mr. Godot, that's my job. Well, then stop hiding under your desk, Judge. Your job is to slam that little hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. So do it. Do it. Do it. Yes, sir. The Special Express ain't cheap, right? Just so you know, since you's paying. Oh, man. Doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here? Apparently not. We just making this up as we go, frankly. Cross-examination at Très Bien. He was supposed to meet with the kid that afternoon, which checks out. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I split. And he heard the cop's sirens on his way out, went straight back to his office. What are we working with here? Now, I could press something and work with that, but like, what are we working with in terms of seeing the body and everything? When is this gonna come up? You know, it's gotta, right? And the door to like come into the restaurant is like back to the right somewhere, so you would have had to really step in to see him, but that's not really what's at question here. I forget at what time the police actually showed up to the scene, but what are we pressing? I don't know. I was just going through my evidence one more time to see if anything jumped out at me. I think I need to press something. I don't think I have evidence right now. See, he would have had to come in here and walk all the way to here to see a dead body. So I think Glenn died here, right? So he would have had to walk all the way in and see Glenn here. Again, I don't think we're questioning that, but I'm just making a visual picture of it. Victor, in theory, if he was still at the restaurant, would have seen Tigre, but Victor, at that point in time, should have already left the restaurant to call for the police. So that doesn't really help us. I'd like to know more about this, but I don't think that's coming up just yet. What was on the doodle? Anything obvious? The MC Bomber thing. And the MC Bomber, of course, being the actual disc, which is the computer virus. Okay, so I think you press that like button over on YouTube. I appreciate that. Press that like. I wonder if I want to ask him some more details about the body. Like, describe the body or something, but like, that doesn't seem like it would be helpful. Cheez-Its? I love Cheez-Its. They're too darned expensive. I never buy any. Snacks are too expensive. You know, Cheez-Its, chips. I don't want to pay $6 for a box of Cheez-Its. Because I can eat the entire box in one sitting. Or if you've ever had chicken and biscuits, not literally chicken and literally biscuits, but like that, it's like a cracker type thing. Like a cracker thing called chicken and biscuit. They're so good. They're so good. But Cheez-Its are great. Cheez-Its are worth the price. On sale, maybe. I'm too frugal for that. I don't have that $200,000. I do almost want to press him on this, but it's such a waste of time. Like, well, when you open the door, you can't even see the body. There's no way. I'm being crazy, right? Like, it's like my ADD or OCD or something kicking in, right? There's no way he could actually open the body. Where's the floor plans? There's no way he can actually open the door and see the body. I'm just saying. So, like, I would say you can't open the door and see the body, so you must be lying about where you were. Is that what the game wants me to think? It might be. I might press that. I would be like, you can't open the door and see the body. There's a divider, a register, like, you have to walk in. Is that crazy of me to do? I don't have a full health bar, so... Because he could just say, well, like, I opened the door and walked in a little bit. You could just say that and I'd be like, oh, okay, that checks out. Because this I don't think I can challenge, and this I don't think I can really challenge. The only thing about this last part is that I went straight back to my office. That might not be true, but I don't know where he went. I just know that something at some point in time happens to his scooter, but we don't actually know what and when, so... I'm gonna go for it. When I open the door. This is risky. An ugly scene? What do you mean?
Objection.
Oh! The witness has already told us, Wright, which makes that question irrelevant. But... Is it irrelevant? Objection, relevant. It is relevant. I limit myself to 17 cups of coffee during a trial. That's the rule. You better limit the number of times you take a penalty, Wright. Or your guts will look like the inside of a chimney, ashen. I don't know what that threat means. What are you gonna... What do you want to do to my guts, Godot? What does that mean? Well, what do you mean by that? Don't make me burn you again, Mr. Wright. Burn me again? This is the first time! I guess I shouldn't have pressed him on that, apparently. Look, I think my train of thought does make sense. But fine. Fine, he's trying to burn your guts. He's gonna char my guts. What does that mean? I don't like the idea of Godot doing anything to my guts. Guess I'm gonna make that special express after all. No, you're not. So to recap, this ugly scene you saw was... Yeah, they focused too much on the ugly scene part. I was focused on the opening the door part. That's the problem. I could press on the guy laid out over the table, but like... That kind of checks out, right? Where's my photo? Like, he's laid out over the table. Stiff as a board is a little extra. I mean, he just kind of looks slumped to me, but that's an opinion, not like anything else. Do we know if he went straight back to his office? I don't have anything about where he would have gone or why. Maybe this and maybe the scooter will come up. The second statement with the map? What do you mean? Do you think I just pressed the wrong thing? Like, instead of this, I should have pressed here, basically? For the same reason? Like, was I right, but just on the wrong thing? Present? Oh, like, present the map? Maybe. Like, instead of pressing at all? Is that a stretch, though? Really? You think so? I feel like you're leading me astray. I feel I don't. You think so? I thought I was being crazy.
Objection!
Oh, so I was right. I was right all along. I was right all along. I shouldn't have pressed. I should have presented. Okay, well, fine. You're something of a loan collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. Tigre? No one escapes the tiger's clutches. Well, I'm something of a lie detecting pro. And no one escapes the phoenix's clutches from my claws. I think it's time we got something straight. What's this, Trite? A new line of irrelevant questioning? It's literally the same line of questioning I was trying to do a second ago, and you yelled at me. These are the floor plans of the crime scene. You say you were standing at the entrance, but I cannot believe I was right. I actually can't believe I was right. Oh, that's so silly. It's so silly that when I pressed on it, they tried to throw me off the scent with the ugly scene. They tried to screw me over. All right. You say you were standing at the entrance, Mr. Tigre. From there, your field of vision would have covered an area something like this. Indeed, the witness should have had a clear view of the victim's seat. Judge. My God. Isn't that just what I said? I saw the back of the kid's head. No, that's not how maps work. Unfortunately for you, that is not possible. If the court would think back, you'll remember that between each of the tables is a tall partition. Why, that's true. It's even on the map, Judge, you knucklehead. Tigre's lying, that's why he's backing this up, but Brother, look at the photo again. Now look at the plans again. The truth is painfully obvious, Judge. I'm hurting. Like there's a line here. From the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here. Dun dun. Losing my mind over here. So from the entrance of Très Bien, you couldn't have seen the victim's seat. But you did see the victim that day, because you met with him.
Objection!
Wrong. Have you forgotten the old man's testimony yesterday? The victim was alone at his table.
Objection!
But the defense just proved that point to be moot. The victim witnessed by Mr. Kudo was not Glenn Elg, but a fake. What? In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim he had just killed and acted out a charade. Which is actually pretty wild. That will do. This trial has gone on long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was this real killer who impersonated the victim? You say the killer murdered Glenn Elg, and then impersonated his victim in a performance for Victor Kudo? In that case, Mr. Wright, reveal the identity of this criminal to the court. It was none other than Dick Gumshoe. He's not even here right now to defend himself. So wait, are we saying... I mean, I assume what we're saying is that Furio Tigre is the one that was doing it. But we also know, like you and me know from cutscenes, that Viola was actually the one that... I think Viola was the one pretending to be Maggie Bird. And then I think Tigre was pretending to be Glenn Elg, right? So I think we have to go with Tigre here. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not jumping the gun here. Obviously, the killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it. What? Well, witness? Pin that tiger down. Gross. Yeah, now that's cute. You think you could pin this on the tiger? Maybe you don't understand. The tiger is king of the jungle. So I dares you to say it again. Come on, you got the guts. You can't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. It's the defense. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. Oh, Mr. Wright! Sounds to me like it must be you, old man. You's got guts, I'll give you that. Mr. Wright, do not leave me to handle this alone. Perhaps I can end this embarrassment. Please do. Mr. Godot! Let's just go back over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. The old man didn't see just the victim, oh no. The servant girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there. Was the victim he saw the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains, he saw the accused put the poison into the coffee. Yes, it was the waitress who poisoned the coffee. Very impressive, Mr. Godot, waiting for my absence to launch your attack. Found your pen at last, Trite. I have not found my pen. I still have my awl. I can poke things with. I haven't put this away. I forget why this is out. I think I was telling people what an awl was. You can't write with it, though. It was in my pocket. Do I have a pocket? I got a pocket. Nope, nothing in my pocket. Ahem, but anyway, Mr. Kudo witnessed two people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Glen Elk, and the waitress from behind. Yes, your point, Mr. Wright? I think the conclusion is obvious. If this Glen Elg was really the killer in disguise, then surely it's possible the waitress was also a part of the show. What? You mean the waitress was an imposter as well? The defendant, Ms. Bird, fell unconscious immediately after the incident. And someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her. Who on earth was it? I have to admit, we have some extra information as players that Phoenix doesn't have, you know, with like the cutscene at the beginning of all of this. This is probably Phoenix being the smartest he's ever been so far in any other case. Like with the whole like people are swapping places situation, we don't have evidence for that. He just pulled that up out of nowhere. Who was this waitress that Mr. Kudo witnessed? There it is, and this is what we were talking about before. I figured Viola, obviously, playing the part of Maggie Bird. Who is this woman? Her name is Viola Cadaverini. She's an employee of Tender Lender. You was making a big mistake. Do you know who Violetta's grandfather is? Yeah, he's like some big mafioso, big boss dude. You better be going home in an armored truck tonight, if you know what I mean. Gulp. Stop shaking, Nick. Well, where was I? Yes, the defendant, Ms. Bird, has stated the following. Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there was another customer in the restaurant. She was sort of creepy. Oh, I forgot about this. I forgot about Bird telling us this. I knew that Bird said there was another person in the restaurant that no one else saw. I remembered that. I forgot that she knew it was a creepy girl. And she had a kind of cackling laugh. There are just too many contradictions in this case. The second man at the victim's table who nobody but Ms. Bird seems to have seen. The earpiece worn by the victim in his left ear when that eardrum was ruptured. and the radio show he was supposedly listening to half an hour after it was over. There is only one logical explanation that clears up all of these contradictions. The whole incident took place twice, once for real and once for the show. And Mr. Furio Tigre, the only person who could have committed that crime, is you.
Witness, what have you got to say?
That's cute.
Sorry?
You's all right. I could do with a guy like you around. What do you mean by that? Okay, I'm in on this game. I'm gonna have to charter a jet to get me to my meeting now, but I'm gonna give yous one more thing to think about before I go. Something to think about? Also, you're not leaving. Yous got it all wrapped up nice, huh, Wright? But yous missed out on one real important thing. But that can't be. I was in the joint that day, and I met that kid, too. Yeah, okay. Just to be clear, you admitted to lying twice so far. But I couldn't have poisoned him, yous hear?
What? Do you really expect us to believe you now, Mr. Tigre?
Huh. What a troublemaker. Troublemaker? Yeah, okay, that's one word. Looks like we're going to need another one for the road. Always have one for the road. I gotta be drinking something while I'm driving. A soda pop, a coffee. Usually it's coffee. I usually have a travel mug of coffee in the car at all times. One more steaming cup of hot testimony.
Indeed. Witness, you will explain yourself to the court. I will give you one more chance to testify. What happened that day at Très Bien between yourself and the victim?
Witness testimony. Ties to the victim. Speaking of coffee, I'm gonna go refill my coffee. I'll be right back. Ties to the victim. Testimony. Witness testimony. Yeah, I loaned El cash. About $100,000. Oh, heck yeah. That I can pin that number. That's in that note. That day we was due to have a little chat. The kid had hit his payback date, see? So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Did he just admit to flattening the guy? Like, I was about to flatten I don't know if he means beat up or murder. I don't know what he means by flatten, but hello? Yes, I won $500,000. He got lucky, you know, real lucky. If that waitress hadn't done what she done, everything would have been over. I see what he's doing. All right.
Now I see that the principal amount you loaned to Mr. Elg was $50,000.
The principal was $50,000 and he owed $100. Oh my God, what is the interest rate? Holy cow. Well, yeah, you's got the VIG to take into account. Interest builds up fast, you know. You's got the VIG to take the VIG? That's short for something. The vigilant. I don't know what you mean. I understand the interest part. That's faster than fast. $100,000 is twice the principal. That's what I'm saying.
And the repayment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident in question.
Yeah, he was one lucky kid. He got that $500,000 just in time. So I ain't have no reason to kill the kid. Which actually kind of checks out, except that I think he could have made more money with the MC Bomber disc. And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no case. His motive? He has to have one, but what is it? Cross-examination ties to the victim. I am a little unclear on how I'm going to present this, but I think, because we know that this CD goes missing. We don't have it, right? We just know about it. Are we holding this? Maybe we got it from what's-her-face, Lisa. But we know that this is potentially worth millions. So it's like, well, okay. The motive, I think, is that Tigray, on his busted up scooter or whatever, I don't remember what the story was, he's hit, or is somehow responsible for Viola's injuries. Because Viola, as you can see, is all beat up, right? And then we know that her medical records are that she has $1 million cranial surgery bill, payment due last year. So basically, Tigray owes at least $1 million to like a hospital. And so when he realizes, because $500,000 is not enough, but you realize that he can steal the MC Bomber CD, make millions, pay off his loan. He's debt-free from, what's-his-face, Viola's father, which is Bruto Cadaverini. Yeah. I do have the MC Bomber. I got it from... Did I get the MC Bomber from his office? I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember what we got from his office. I didn't know if the evidence was actually physically on me. Okay. So I think we know. I think we know the motive. I think we understand it perfectly. How do I present that? He loaned out $100,000. Okay. That day was due to have a little chat. Kid hit his payback. Okay. Tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Yes, I won $500,000. Real lucky. If the waitress hadn't done what she'd done, everything would have been over. Oh, that was the last one. I thought I had one more. The tiger was meeting Glenn Elg to get his money back. If Mr. Elg had just given him the lottery ticket, that would have been the end of it. Yeah, so what's the tiger's motive? Because he owed money. This is the big one. If I don't manage to undermine this testimony, it's all over for us. Why would he have to poison Mr. Elg? And why did he loan him the money in the first place when he knew he couldn't repay him? I thought we had one more statement about him not having a motive, but that must not have been actually... Okay. Well, what Phoenix just said about, like, why did Elg take out the cash? If I pressed on this very first thing, I know, like, if I mess up, I'm going to take damage. But can I ask him, like, hey, what did Elg want the cash for? I don't know if that's what Phoenix will ask or not. Because I'm wondering, right? I'm wondering if this is what happened, right? They have a due date for his payback. So he's got no way to pay it back with cash. So Elg actually goes to the restaurant with the MC Bomber disc, right? As collateral to say, hey, I can't pay you back, but I've got this disc I've been working on. But then, before he has a chance to give Tigray the disc, he wins the lottery, and instead is going to give Tigray the lottery money. Probably. But then at that point, Tigray must know about the disc, and he'd rather have the disc, and then that's how we get to where we're at. Probably? Only one way to find out, press it and see. I take damage if I'm wrong, though! I'm thinking out loud. This seems like it probably did happen. I kind of believe. I kind of believe this part. And this is him just accusing the waitress, which he's trying to still maintain that that's Maggie, but. This part, I could press on. If I knew that Wright would bring up the MC, maybe that's what I do. Maybe I present the MC Bomber CD here. What's in that note again? Sports paper. I don't know why MC Bomber is circled and pointing to the 100K. if it's potentially worth millions. Because then I don't remember what the 500,000 is about. That's possible. So it's possible that I present there. Payback day. That's fine. Okay, so I'm between two things. Yeah, I know 100,000 is the debt. I know that's the debt, but the MC Bomber CD is potentially worth millions. So I don't know if it's just circled and pointing to the 100K to be like, I'm going to pay off my 100K with it. I don't know. Because there's also the 500K written on the sports paper too. I don't know what that's about. And maybe I did know in the past. What was 500K? Do we remember? Do you guys remember why does it say 500K over here? What this one was for? I don't remember. Oh, the lottery ticket was the 500K. True. And why was it scratched out? Oh well. Oh my god. There we go. Would I be jumping the gun to just to show him that, just to present? Would I be jumping the gun just to present the CD right now? Because I got in trouble last time for pressing when I should just present. You think I gotta press first? If I have to press first, it's either this one or the first one. Gotta be. I don't know if I care about why he wanted the money, the 100,000. So I'm thinking this. I know I'm agonizing over this way too long, but I'm just processing. How much did he have left on his debt? You want it in round figures? About 100,000 bucks. That's the whole amount. All of it. We're talking about a guy who had 58 cents in his wallet. What, you was telling me he wasn't even gonna pay for the coffee? He wasn't.
He certainly seems to have been a brave man, this Mr. Elg.
That guy was smooth, I tells yous. Real smooth. You'll have your money in less than 5 minutes. That's what he says to me. The guy then calls me the Tender Tiger. He was skating on thin ice with me.
Oh, I did not get into any trouble on that. I didn't get into any trouble with. I didn't really get a lot more information out of that, but I didn't get into trouble. Yeah, I want to. If I didn't get into any trouble, I kind of want to press on this guy. Did he have any way of paying the loan back? See, this is what I do want to talk about. I did want to get to this part. Did he have any way of paying the loan back?
The fool was a gambler. He said he couldn't give it up till he landed a big win.
The give it up part, I don't know if that's like a double entendre. On the one hand, he can't repay the money till he gets the big win. And then on the other hand, I can't give up the MC Bomber if there's a chance I can get a big win instead.
So I agreed to help him.
Help him, you?
I kept hitting him with ideas for ways he could get a big win. But the guy kept losing.
So you were helping him for his sake. For his sake or for yours?
Win through compromise. Yous help me, I help yous. What's the difference, huh?
I don't believe this. Nick, would anyone really ever loan money to someone they thought was unreliable? Yes. If you thought it... Yes, you would loan money to someone you knew could not give you money back if what you wanted back wasn't money. Yes. Like, for example, if it were you, I'd only loan you $5 max. Thanks a lot, Maya. I didn't get into any trouble. Am I just in the clear to press it? Are we just in the clear now and they didn't tell me that? Can I just press everything? So how much were you expecting him to pay you back on that day?
What do you think? The whole package, $100,000, including interest.
That's a real heavyweight punch.
Once a client misses a repayment, you call the whole loan in. You want to make it in my world, that's all you's got to know.
And how many times had Mr. Elg been late with his repayments?
Once.
That's literally what... Judge, that's literally what Tigre said. As soon as you miss a repayment, you call it all in. Judge, what... Can someone penalize the judge for asking silly questions? And how much was he supposed to pay back every month?
$50.
That's it? No. He only had to pay back $50? It would have taken 2,000 months to repay this loan. It would have taken 167 years to pay this loan back. What do you mean? What do you mean? Sounds like Mr. Elg was in a real sticky spot. This whole business model doesn't make sense. Yeah, at $50 a month, he'd never pay that huge loan off. Correct! But like, if that's all he owed, though, if that's all he owed, Tigre also was never gonna get his money. Like, what? Like, what? Like, what?
So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay.
Okay, we already pressed that one.
I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming.
Was that because he...
A guy won the lottery. Was his last chance at a big win.
And you can confirm that this is the ticket in question?
That's it.
The Millionaire Radio Show starts at 1:30 p.m. and runs for 10 minutes. That fixes the time you two met with some accuracy.
And the whole scene was acted out again 30 minutes later. Also that Mr. Kudo would see it.
I can still see the kid's face now. Hey, I ain't never gonna forget it. Yes, I won $500,000. You got lucky, you know, real lucky.
Was there anyone else in the restaurant at the time?
I don't remember.
There was no one there. I'll wear that ridiculous tiger shirt for a month. Mr. Armstrong, Maggie, and if I'm right, Viola Cadavarini were all there at that time.
So, the victim had intended to repay you from his lottery winnings from the beginning.
Seems that way to me.
But you wouldn't normally expect to win the lottery, would you?
Ha! The undying belief that your next roll will end the worst losing streak you ever had. That's what defines a true gambler. He makes it sound so cool. Don't be tempted, Nick. You haven't got the willpower for it. For what, gambling?
All I know is the kid took a shot and he got lucky in the end.
Well, in the end, not so much, but...
If that waitress hadn't done what she done, everything would have been over.
The waitress? You mean...
The girl with the glasses in the defendant's chair. Who else could I mean? If she hadn't gotten in the way, things would have been bada bing, bada boom, over and done with.
Maybe I should push a little on this. Ooh. Yeah, ask about how things would have been. Because we know what he's going to say about what Maggie did. What do you mean things would have been over and done with?
Are yous all there or what? I'm talking about the cash. I was there to get my $100,000 back, that's all. I'm a businessman. It was all coming together before that waitress got in the way.
As far as I can tell from the witness's testimony, other than recouping his loan, Mr. Tigre had no motive for killing the victim. Witness, you will amend your testimony to reflect what you just said.
The tiger's motive, huh?
I was after the $100,000. I didn't have no other reason to kill the guy.
He did. Okay, here. This was what I needed. I needed this. I'm gonna press him, but then I'm gonna present. Are you saying you had no other motives that day? None?
Yeah, so what?
Then why didn't you take the lottery ticket when you left? Thank you, Godot. Thank you for that.
What do you think? Because of 4 over there.
Because of Maggie?
How about you go ask 4 about that $500,000 ticket? She wanted it so bad, she poisoned Elg's coffee.
A likely theory. Your word hasn't held water lately, Mr. Tigre. Let's not forget this witness was actually at the scene, trite.
The law don't exactly agree with some of the deals I sent down. I couldn't be there when the cops showed up, so I split.
I see.
Your Honor. The witness's last few statements are worth a good 2 cups of coffee.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you happy with the testimony or would you like it amended?
What? What do you... Have it amended. I'm not going to get anywhere with the testimony as it stands. Your Honor, the defense would like the testimony amended.
Very well. Witness, you will amend your testimony to reflect your recent statements, please.
Thanks to what she did, my business with that kid was over.
I feel like I shouldn't have done that because I wanted the other one. I feel like I should not have done that. I didn't fully understand that. I'm gonna just press it. The tiger's trying to pin the crime on Maggie. If I ask him about what he saw, it's only going to damage our case. What do you mean things would have been over and done with? Are you all there? Well, okay, so we've been through this. What? Oh, what happened to my... Here we go, we're here. I wanted this back. I'm like, where's this at? Oh, you're trying to trick me. You're trying to confuse me, Judge. You're leaving this in my hands? What did... Okay, I didn't have any other reason to kill the guy. Yes, you did. Medical records. Have at it. You tried to trick me out of this, but I know you owed money. God, don't you weasel your way out of this. So you just intended to get back the $100,000 Mr. Elg owed you, correct?
I loaned the guy the cash, so that's my right.
Unfortunately for Mr. Elg, $100,000 wasn't enough to cover it, was it?
Huh?
About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery.
Where did you get all this info?
These medical papers documents the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost $1 million. Just knock over. $1 million. Payment for these expenses was due in December of last year and was paid in full.
$1 million? A preposterous sum. Someone should sue these HMOs.
You're not wrong. He's not wrong. Huh. No one would pay a bill like that.
If the medical association got wind of it, the hospital would end up as dead as a morgue.
What? What? But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it.
Order, order, order! You say his life depended on it, Mr. Wright?
Indeed it did, simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadaverini. Ding!
Did you say Cadaverini?
Godot knows! Godot knows! It's all coming together. Hey, Derek, welcome to the stream. Bruto Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini. Poor! Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? It makes sense. Can you imagine being Godot right now and having that just pulled out of nowhere? Just out of nowhere, he's like, wait, what? You were desperate to acquire the $1 million Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glenn Elg's life to pay your debt.
Order, order, order! What do you say to that, witness?
It's a nice little fairy tale trite, but even if the witness did need $1 million, that doesn't tie him to Mr. Elg's murder. Mr. Elg only owed him $100,000 and had no hope of repaying it anyway. Yeah, that guy wasn't worth my spit.
I don't think so. In fact, the opposite is true.
The opposite?
Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business. But in this case, the very fact that Glenn Elg had no way to repay the money is crucial. That's what I was saying earlier. I literally said this earlier. If you don't want the money but something else.
What?
Do you know where you're going with this, Nick? I know where I'm going with this. You've got to think outside the box, Maya. Outside the box? It's very straightforward. Mr. Tigre wasn't after the $100,000 at all.
It seems you have a logical conclusion for this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with us?
Yes.
What exactly was Mr. Tigre after?
He was after none other than this MC Bomber virus disc. Worth millions. Glenn Elg was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. That skill was the collateral Mr. Elg put up in order to borrow the money.
Care to explain how skill can be used as collateral to secure a loan, trite?
He had the skill to create a computer virus, and so he did. A virus known as MC Bomber.
A computer virus? What does one of those do? I'm an old man.
A computer virus is a program that wreaks havoc on the insides of a computer.
A computer? What does one of those do?
Oh, God help us. I guess the beard isn't the only part of his honor that is from the Stone Age. I'll explain it to you later, Your Honor. Right now, this is the important point. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market. Mr. Tigre, you couldn't have cared less about the $100,000, isn't that right? All you cared about was one thing, the virus. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on this CD. Glenn Elg had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then a miracle happened. The kind that Mr. Tigre would prefer to say never happened, but he can't, and neither can I.
The lottery win.
Exactly. At the 11th hour, Mr. Elg won $500,000 on the lottery. And that's why he died. If he didn't win the lottery, he would have handed over the disc and been alive. which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least, no legitimate way. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So he resorted to illegitimate means.
That's crazy.
He murdered Glenn Elg and then made his next move. To frame Maggie Bird for the crime. Mr. Tigre posed as Glenn Elg, while Viola Cadaverini played the role of Ms. Bird. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness. The witness being the one we all heard testify yesterday, Mr. Victor Kudo.
Like I said, Trite, that's crazy. No one could pull off a stunt like that.
It is impressive. It has to be said. It is crazy.
For starters, there's no way the chef could have been kept in the dark about it.
Correct, he wasn't. He was in on it. But Mr. Armstrong was in on it from the very beginning. He also owed a lot of money. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Godot? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too. $500,000, in fact. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Tigre's plan.
Order! Silence or I will declare.
You's put on a good show, Spiky.
You're one to talk.
If you's wanna stay alive in the loan shark business, you gotta be careful. You saying I dressed up like that kid, created a witness, and framed someone? If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that.
I agree.
You do?
Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Ms. Bird had no way out.
What? Another one, Mr. Wright?
Is he patooing? Oh no.
Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Trite?
Has it been an hour yet? I need that bottle.
What was this trick you say Mr. Tigre performed to frame the accused?
One more trick. Wait, what was this trick you say Mr. Tigre performed to frame the accused? Gotcha. It was the lunchbox. To frame Maggie, obviously the bottle being, this is potassium cyanide. Oh, what was the other, what was the bottle that, I don't even remember. What was the bottle I gave, Gumshoe? What was that bottle even? Remember what this tiger did? I don't remember what else he did. There's the apron. Small pocket, big stains. There's also the coffee cup. That has Maggie's fingerprints on it. I mean, I guess it'd be that, right? He would have had to get her to get all over the coffee cup. Wait, which one what do we? Which one are we talking about specifically now? Oh, the paper badge. Duh, I'm still, my brain is still in the murder moment. The other thing that he did was pretend to be Phoenix Wright and do the whole court thing. Well, yeah, that's gotta be it. My brain was still at like the moment of murder, but no, it's gotta be the paper badge here. The other trick was that he was pretending to be us, obviously. Duh. Sorry, I wasn't even thinking about that.
What on earth is that?
We finally did it. It's the cardboard badge.
What an insult to think anyone could be fooled by such a childish imitation.
Judge, you got fooled by it. Judge? Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor. Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as the victim on the day in question. A month ago, in this very court, you posed as me!
What? That's...
the truth.
But... the witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright.
I know. That's what I've been saying. It's... the hair is it. It's just the hair.
Although... now that I think about it, it was you, wasn't it?
It's all coming together.
No doubt it was you, standing in here this very court a mere month ago. The Phoenix Wright who put up the most disreputable, shabby defense I had ever seen. Can you prove that, Gramps?
Godot is objectioning the judge.
Prove the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man. Are you prepared to take the stand and testify it was him?
Can that even happen? Can the judge take the stand? We'd have to get a different judge, right?
Gulp.
Hey! Forget about it, yeah? I wouldn't do something like that, not me. You made a mistake, right? It was someone else, huh?
Have you no pride, sir? Also, I'm not stepping away from this. I'm not backing off.
This isn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, Trite, here in court we deal with people's lives.
Ugh. Ugh.
Mr. Godot is right.
Your Honor?
Speaking for myself, I am absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, I preside over this court as the judge, with the vested power to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by a memory without evidence to support it.
No!
If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tigre are dubious for sure, but not conclusive.
But we've come so far.
You say he impersonated Glenn Elg. You say he impersonated you. But none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that the witness poisoned the victim's coffee.
I also don't think he actually technically did, but...
No!
Ha! Because if my theory is true, here's the thing. Here's what Godot and the judge are just not understanding. Phoenix didn't say Tigre poisoned the coffee cup. Not really. We kind of danced around that earlier, but like, it's an accomplice situation, right? If Tigre was pretending to be Glenn Elg, and if Viola was pretending to be Maggie Bird, and the waitress did the poisoning, it's conceivable that Viola might have been the one that did the poisoning. I know we don't actually have evidence for that either, but they're coming down hard on me that like, oh, you don't have evidence for Tigre. It's like, dude, you might be right about that. Bring in the next witness, Viola Cadaverini. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I know we're not done here.
Sucks to be you, Wright. Don't mess with the tiger or you're gonna get mauled. You's got that?
All we managed to do here was chase him around a bit, but I was so close to getting him to admit his own guilt.
Huh.
Looks like I won't be needing a refill. I think you will be. I think you will be needing that refill. I just had one more piece of evidence. Is this gonna be the moment where Gumshoe comes running in? Like, I object! Like that scene from Shrek. One more piece of evidence, and maybe I could get Maggie off the hook.
This witness's cross-examination is over. You are free to go, Mr. Tigre.
Hold it! Your Honor, sir.
Yeah! Wait! It's Gumshoe! He's got my pencil.
Detective!
Detective Gumshoe. Sorry I took so long, pal. I staked everything on this. My badge, the works.
My Gumshoe and my Tigre are very similar. They're gonna have similar voices. Sorry, guys.
So here it is. My heart's counting on this too.
What is it, Detective?
Isn't it obvious, pal? It's the final decisive piece of evidence.
What? What?
Did I glitch something out? They're not moving. Something about that was weird. January 8th, 2:48 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. Hello? Did we adjourn? Why are we out here? Why is the music the same? Something feels weird, right? Something feels off, right?
Sorry it took so long, pal, but I finally got the results from the lab.
The results?
About the prints, pal, from this medicine bottle.
Oh, so do you know who the prints belong to now?
Do you think I'm some kind of hack detective? Of course I know.
So tell us. They're the tigers, right? I knew it. No, they're gonna be violas or something, right?
You bet.
It is the tiger. Okay, gotcha. I was waiting for a plot twist, right?
Clear as crystal all over the bottle. They're Furio Tigre's paw prints, all right.
That's great. We've got him now, Nick. This is still not the right muse. Am I going crazy? Do you guys feel it too? It's weird, right? Okay, it's finally slowing down. Okay. We went from the court straight out to here. It was just weird. What's wrong with you? You've hardly said a word since Detective Gumshoe got here. He's laid everything on the line for this, Nick. I know. Look, I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to say, but it really doesn't make any difference whose prints are on that bottle now.
Huh? What? Why not?
What we need to produce at this stage in the trial is irrefutable evidence that the tiger put poison in Glenn Elg's coffee. He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on this bottle, that really doesn't make any difference now.
I knew it. Great. No matter how hard I try, I'm never of any use.
Oh, big guy, no, don't say that. You work so hard. Hey, don't be so hard on yourself.
This was our last chance to help Maggie. And I've been working on some useless piece of evidence the whole time. It's all right. I'm a real loser. Not breaking news to me, pal.
Is that gonna be Maggie? Don't you me? Don't you question marks me? Detective Gumshoe? Maggie! You've been working on something for me?
Sorry I let you down, Maggie. I know you didn't do it. And I'm a detective. We're supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. I'll get you out of there, I swear.
Detective Gumshoe, wait! And he's gone. Isn't there anything we can do now, Nick? I wish there was. Gumshoe worked so hard to get that evidence. If only there was some way I could use it. Small bottle put into pocket. The victim's ear medicine covered in Furio Tigre's fingerprints. I mean... there's gotta be a way. January 8th, 3:04 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. All right, we're still in it.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
I granted you a recess so you could prepare this decisive evidence you've discovered.
Yeah, I know. I was very confused. You didn't say that. I don't know if I skipped it. I don't know if something bugged out. We went from, I have the decisive evidence, to all of a sudden we were in the hallway. And I'm like, hello? Yes. Right, about that. Don't keep us all in suspense, trite. Show us. Naturally, we can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we? Think, Phoenix, think. Don't let Gumshoe's hard work go to waste.
How much more of my time are yous gonna waste? I ain't been to no court before. But yous lawyers sure know how to blow things out of proportion.
No doubt, given the nature of the evidence, it will speak for itself. Nevertheless, you will talk us through it, Mr. Wright.
Well, I know I can't prove anything new with this evidence. I'm really backed into a corner here, but maybe if he thinks he's got me beat, he'll let his guard down a bit. We have to bluff him a little bit. We gotta play a gambit here.
Don't keep us waiting any longer, Mr. Wright. Present this final decisive piece of evidence to the court.
Why are they making me choose? Theoretically, I should be playing this, right? Is this my opportunity? Is this my opportunity to play something else? If I'm supposed to be letting Tigray believe I'm dumb? Like, what if I presented the lunchbox and then Tigray lets his guard down like, really, are you kidding me? Rattle, rattle, rattle. And he says a bunch of stuff and then we jump on it. Yeah, I know we might as well. It's just weird, right? I know we just got the small bottle. I know the game wants me to do the small bottle, but why is it making me do it? Like, it should be obvious, right? It's just one of those, like, it would be really funny to be like, the decisive evidence is just some other random thing. And then we just, like, bluff our way through it. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll do the small bottle. Because obviously, it's too obvious. This is the defense's final piece of evidence.
Isn't that the victim's...
Your Honor? Naturally, the court is already aware of the contents of this bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We have clearly identified some fingerprints on it. Fingerprints belonging to you, Mr. Tigray!
What?
Even Godot's like, where's this going? He's not fighting, he's not arguing, he's not gloating. He's like, where's this going?
But, Mr. Wright, what conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information?
Everyone in here knows what this bottle contains. Except one man. One person in this courtroom should theoretically be in the dark. Why is the courtroom still talking? Is that normal? I'm really upset. Judge, you want to hit your gavel? Order. It's crazy in here. In theory, because this medication isn't for him, Tigray shouldn't know what this is.
My prints are on that pansy-looking bottle? Is that what you's saying? Well, what the hell's in it anyway?
There we go. The court quieted down. That was weird. A phony trial, a phony lawyer, and phony clues. I feel like I'm playing Danganronpa. A fatal trial, a fatal lawyer, a fatal clue, a fatal game. What am I playing right now? Everything about this case has been a phony. A big fat phony. Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence. Mr. Tigray, this is the decisive piece of evidence that will prove your guilt. Why? Because it contains... I'm thinking we're supposed to say potassium cyanide. Make him think that it's the poison, right? But it would really be funny to be like, it contains Mr. Armstrong's oils. Rub it on your body. Yeah, because I don't think we want him to think that it's his ear medicine. It's not helpful. I think we just go for it, right? Right? In for a penny, in for a pound? This bottle contains potassium cyanide. It doesn't. That's in the other bottle. But shush.
Potassium cyanide?
The poison used to murder Mr. L, Your Honor. The victim's killer used this very bottle. What do you think about that? And on this bottle, Mr. Tigre, we found your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that?
You'd make a good clown, you know that?
What?
Yous ain't never gonna get this to stick. Yous just making me laugh now. You think a cheap bluff like that's gonna fool the tiger?
Does he know? A bluff?
I can see straight through you, Phoenix Wright. That ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it.
Ah, he got me. No, this is the bottle we found traces of the poison in.
Don't mess with the tiger or you're gonna get ripped to shreds. The cyanide bottle was brown and it was made of glass.
And there it is.
That cheap piece of trash don't look nothing like it.
Godot's like, you gotta be kidding me. Bruh, it's a bruh moment. Everyone's like, bruh. How would he know that? Exactly. Got him at last.
What? Why's everyone gone quiet? I said that bottle...
Is this the bottle you're referring to?
Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle the cyanide was in. But yous ain't gonna find my prints on that bottle. Don't let that cozy looking suit fool you people. That lawyer's just playing games. Tell him, Mr. Prosecutor. Tell that guy where to go.
You still haven't figured it out? Don't you realize what you just said?
What I said? What did I just say?
You were summoned to this court for the first time earlier today. If you really had nothing to do with the murder, you shouldn't have known all the little details. For instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in. But just now, you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison.
Yous don't know who yous messing with. I'm the tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market.
Yeah, thanks to the CD thing that you're confirming that you... Anyway.
You think I'm gonna let some jumped up suit get the better of me?
Sure, the last piece of evidence was phony. But that's just what you deserve. The phony trial with a phony lawyer. It was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all! Oh! Are those eyeballs? Are those the judge's eyes? Yeah! The way I knew those were the judge's eyes.
What's going on?
Wait, no. Was that dramatics, or was someone actually cutting the power? Wait! Did Viola cut the power?
It looks like a black... Oh!
I thought they were being dramatic. It looks like a blackout, sir. That's obviously Godot. Obviously. He can probably see in the dark. He's got, like, infrared vision or some nonsense. Well done, Wright. I didn't do it. I saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you. Oh, he threw it at me. Oh, those are Phoenix's eyes. Never mind. I thought those were the judge's eyes. 100%. Those are. I didn't. Okay. All right. I was wrong. I was wrong. But I thought they were the judge's eyes, and then the next person to talk was the judge. You can see how I'd make a silly mistake like that. I'll amend my testimony. It was Phoenix's eyes. Tigre got so mad he caused a blackout. Like, for real, for real? Savor it. Okay, he's still here. While you watch the police restrain your prey. I want to sip of my victory coffee. It tastes like justice.
Mr. Wright, you caught a tiger by his toe. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
But if... That's me. I'm Mo. That's me.
But if this one hollers, he won't be let go. Now then, how are things going with Mr. Tigre, Mr. Godot?
He is being arrested on suspicion of the murder of Glen Elg, Your Honor.
Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Ms. Bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney.
Yes, he was. And in the absence of genuine evidence. But the tiger made one mistake.
Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything if it wasn't for that one slip of the tongue. Furio Tigre is a truly frightening criminal.
Huh. The truly frightening one is me. Is that defense attorney over there. I'm scary.
Godot. Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant Maggie Bird not guilty.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Confetti!
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Yeah, Tiger's case will have to be a separate case, but now Maggie Bird is declared not guilty. January 8, 4:10 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. Mr. Wright, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, Maggie. I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago, but now I feel like I can forgive him. Hey, that wasn't me, Maggie. That was the tiger. You don't need to forgive me of anything. Look, Nick, in the doorway. Is it Gumshoe? Gumshoe, tell her how you feel, Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe.
Oh, I guess I'll be heading off then. See you, pal.
He keeps... I'm not skipping his text. He just leaves mid-sentence. Wait. No, come back. Okay, he's back. Detective Gumshoe.
Oh yeah. Congratulations, Maggie.
Thanks. Yeah? You're gonna, like... You guys wanna go get coffee or something? Go get, like, a donut or something?
I knew you were innocent all along.
Why didn't you say that in your testimony, then?
Uh-huh. Oh. Well, I was... Well, I guess I'll be heading off then. See you around.
Wait up, detective! He just ran off. Maggie, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you. It's thanks to him that we got the medication bottle. That wasn't even of any use! But he thought it would be. But it's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Detective Gumshoe was just running around in circles. Poor guy. I feel for him. After that comment where he called himself a loser, Gumshoe, let's go get dinner. Forget Maggie, forget women. Women, am I right, Gumshoe? Let's go get dinner and a beer. Let's go to an izakaya. We're in Japan, right? Looks like she still isn't ready to forgive him. And you know what? That's fine. You can't force her to forgive. You can't force someone to forgive someone. You can't do that. Can't you put in a good word for him, Nick? Yeah, Maya's right. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it. Maggie, you know, Detective Gumshoe's been really worried about you through all of this. I wanted to believe that, sir. But on that first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up. He didn't have any choice, Maggie. He's a detective. He has to report the facts. The facts of which I use to win the case. You know? He doubted me. That's why. He thought I might have done it. Hey, Curtis. We're on episode 3 of Trials and Tribulations. We're at the end of it, as you can see. I've got to prove to... Oh my god, the lunchbox! I've got to prove to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. She already knows about the lunchbox, though. We already tried to deliver it once, and then she didn't want it. She already knows. I know. I'll give her a little present to celebrate her freedom. She already knows about the lunchbox, though. I'll do it anyway. Take that. Here you are. A present to celebrate your freedom. Rice and mini weenies. That's a present from Detective Gumshoe, made with a ton of love. And you know it's the second one, because we... like psychopaths, Phoenix and Maya ate the first one in front of you. Like we had to eat it. So you know he made more than one for you. He said you lost weight and he was worried about you. Why, ex-nay, the waitay. Detective Gumshoe? I actually really like weenies. Yeah? You know? Why was that voice act? Did you hear that? Like her stomach whining? Or that was not me. Did you hear that? Did you guys hear that? That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty hungry myself, you know. Yeah, the trial dragged on a bit today, didn't it? I'm hungry too. I'm getting dinner after this. Is it okay if I eat this now? It was never mine to begin with. It was always yours, bird. All yours. Mini weenies and rice. Maya's so jealous. Ah, mini weenies! Ah! I wouldn't mind. I would go for some barbecue mini weenies. This is like Japan, so it's probably like soy sauce or some nonsense. But I'd go for some barbecue mini weenies. Probably not rice. Probably something else. I don't know what I'd do with it. I think I'm gonna go get a burger after this. That's what Maya really wants, is a burger. I think I'm gonna go get a burger after this. I'm hungry. So, how is it, Maggie? It's really good. It was made with love. It was made with Gumshoe love. It's the excited Maya watching Maggie eat. Oh, it's moving automatically. The false allegations surrounding Maggie have all been cleared up. I hate it when they automatically move. And who knows, maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start. I don't know what the first message was. I missed it. Episode 3, recipe for turnabout. The end. I know I'm kind of sitting in front of it, but the end. Episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings has been added. It's got Edgeworth in it. Edgeworth, Return of the Worth. Return of the Edge. Saving content. Save your progress? No. I'm not going to save my progress. What was that? Was that number 6? So now we're on number 7 yet, right? Nice. Why does Edgeworth look so young? Does he? He looked the same to me. He might have been younger. I'm not very observant. I do not notice these things. We might be going back and I feel like you know the answer and I think you're burying the lead. He looked exactly the same to me, but you're probably like, oh, why does he look younger? Are we going back in time? Are you playing me right now? Are you playing? You're playing me. I know what's going on. You're full of crap. You know the answer. You're asking questions you're asking questions to which you already know the answer. That was hard to say. Objection! Hold it! Oh, Jesus, that's loud. Sorry. Didn't mean to flashbang you guys. Objection! I think you know the answer to that. I think you know, and you're just playing with my feelings. Or maybe we are going to Ace Attorney Investigations. No, that's a whole different series. That's like a whole other trilogy. That's a whole other trilogy. That is going to be where we leave it for today. Obviously, it's a really good stopping spot. Literally finish the chapter. Really good spot to stop. That's where I'm going to leave us for today on Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. We will be returning this week. I gotta open up my calendar. I don't remember my schedule. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, Central Time, we're gonna be jumping back into Fields of Mysteria. And Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Central Time, we're jumping into Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. And then on, I think, Sunday night at 6 p.m. Central Time, we're jumping into Kingdom Hearts. And then Monday morning at 8 a.m. Central Time, Fields of Mysteria. So it's Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon, just like we did today, literally like the same time, different day, because it's Thursday today. But Tuesday next week at 4 p.m. Central Time, we'll be jumping back into Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We'll be playing starting Chapter 4, Case 4 of Ace Attorney Trilogy of Trials and Tribulations. So you guys have to wait a little while. We got several days, but I do plan on jumping right into case number 4 and riding on into the sunset as quickly as possible. I don't know what I mean by that. I just mean that I want to play more Ace Attorney. I want to play more Fields of Mystery. I'm sure you guys saw that I've got I'm streaming it like 3 times this week. It's a newer game. I'm chilling with it. I'm vibing with it. So we got lots of that coming this week. It's not like the only thing we're doing, but we're playing a lot of it. So, put that on your calendar. If you forgot the schedule on Twitch, it should be listed on my channel, what my schedule is. It's listed there. If you're on YouTube, you can go to my channel, go to posts, and it's listed there. I made a post about it, so you can see it there. If you forget what it is, stay tuned. I've got a bunch of notifications. High CPU usage. For Ace Attorney? Weird. Did we have any issues with the stream? You guys didn't see any weirdness, did you? Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it too hard. And Godot's gonna toss more coffee cups at me. He's gonna throw all the coffee mugs at me. He's gotta go through so many mugs. How many mugs does one man have? When he has 17 cups of coffee, does he get a new mug for each and every single one? Does he go through 17 mugs? The Dark Dome games on Steam? No, are they on Steam now? Like an early act. I know that they were talking about going to Steam, but I don't think they had any Steam pages yet, last time that I knew. Do they have Steam pages now? Okay. Check Steam, search Dark. I'm not gonna do what you can't make me. Checkmate, you're not the boss of me. I do what I want. All right, what time is it? We kind of wrapped up quick today. Only a couple of hours. But like I said, it's a good spot to stop. I'm gonna go get dinner, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, please do all of the things. I'm heading out of here, and until next time, bye. It was fast. It was a quick stream today. It was a short one. Short, but sweet, you know? I had a good time. I hope you guys did too. That's what it's all about. Thanks for watching, everybody.